In May 2026, the fourth richest man on Earth sat down on live TV and was asked how billionaires avoid taxes. His answer? There's no truth to this buy, borrow, die thing. 2 weeks later, a United States senator introduced a bill designed to shut that exact thing down. So one of them is wrong. Either the most famous loophole in America doesn't exist, or the man worth $240 billion would really prefer you didn't look at it. This is the story of 3 words that let the richest people alive get richer by billions, while sometimes paying less federal income tax than you did last year. Literally zero. Let's go back to 2007. Amazon's stock more than doubles. Jeff Bezos personally gets $3.8 billion richer in 1 year. And that year, his federal income tax bill is nothing. Not low, nothing. And in 2011, he does it again. That time, he even claimed a $4,000 tax credit for his kids. When the nonprofit newsroom ProPublica got hold of a massive leak of IRS files, they found this wasn't a Bezos thing. Elon Musk, 0 in 2018. Michael Bloomberg, 0. George Soros, 0. 3 years in a row. And across America's 25 richest people, wealth grew by $401 billion in 5 years, while they paid a true tax rate of about 3.4%. The average American household, around 14. And here's the twist that makes this story interesting. None of it was illegal. No offshore accounts, no shredded documents. Every one of them, as far as anyone can tell, followed the law. Because the trick isn't hiding money from the tax code. The trick is understanding what the tax code was never built to see. That blind spot has a name. It was coined in the 1990s by a tax law professor named Ed McCaffery, and it sounds less like tax policy and more like a mob movie. Buy, borrow, die. Here's the machine. Step 1, buy. Imagine you own a company and your shares are worth $10 billion. Next year, they're worth $20 billion. You just made $10 billion, right? Well, not according to the IRS. In America, we don't tax wealth. We tax income. And a stock going up isn't income until the moment you sell it. It's what accountants call an unrealized gain. Until you sell, it's invisible. So rule 1 of being ultra rich in America: never take a salary you don't need, and never ever sell. Warren Buffett's company famously pays no dividend. Larry Ellison takes no real salary from Oracle. On paper, some of the richest humans alive are kind of broke. Which raises an obvious question. How do you buy the yacht? The island? The $500 million boat? Step 2, borrow. You walk into a private bank, point at your mountain of stock, and say, "Don't make me sell it. Lend me money against it." And here's the magic. Borrowed money is not income. A loan is not taxable. Not 1 cent of it. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's in SEC filings. Larry Ellison has pledged 346 million Oracle shares as collateral for personal loans. Elon Musk lined up a record $12.5 billion margin loan against his Tesla stock when he moved to buy Twitter. Forbes counted 32 billionaires on its rich list pledging shares this way. The banks even have a polite name for it: securities-based lending. And the math is almost insulting. Sell $1 billion in stock, and you could owe roughly 20% in capital gains tax. $200 million, gone. Borrow that billion instead, and you pay interest, often just a few percent, to a bank that's thrilled to have you. Meanwhile, the stock you didn't sell keeps growing. You're spending your fortune and keeping it at the same time. But wait, a loan has to be paid back eventually, right? Sure, eventually. Which brings us to the final step. Step 3, die. Under a rule called the step-up in basis, when you die, All those decades of invisible, untaxed gains get erased. Your heirs inherit the stock as if it had always been worth what it's worth today. The capital gains tax bill you deferred your entire life doesn't get paid late. It just never existed. The estate can quietly settle the loans, and the family fortune rolls on. Reset, clean, untaxed. And in 2025, Congress made the ride even smoother. The new tax law permanently raised the estate tax exemption to $15 million per person, $30 million per couple, starting in 2026. Buy, borrow, die, repeat, one generation at a time. Now, if this machine sounds indestructible, 2026 offered a live demonstration of its 1 weak point. Remember, Larry Ellison's $80 billion of pledged Oracle stock? This spring, Oracle shares fell roughly 50% from their peak, and suddenly, the financial press wasn't calling him a genius. They were writing about margin risk, because when your collateral collapses, the bank can force you to sell. The exact thing this entire strategy exists to avoid. And here's the second crack in the story itself. In June 2026, two tax scholars from Yale and Michigan published data arguing that buy, borrow, die is real, but overrated. The ultra-rich, they found, aren't mostly living on loans. They earn plenty of taxable income, dividends, interest, business profits, pay tax on it, spend a fraction of it, and simply let the rest compound. In their telling, the biggest tax shelter in America isn't clever borrowing, it's just holding. The mountain grows, untouched and untaxed, all by itself. Which is why Washington keeps circling this thing and never landing. Senator Ron Wyden proposed taxing billionaires' gains every year. Others want to kill the step-up at death. And in June 2026, Senator Ruben Gallego introduced the ROBINHOOD Act. Yes, really, to tax the borrowing itself. Every version runs into the same 100-year-old wall. American law, going back to the 1920s, says income isn't income until it's realized. Change that, and you've redefined what income means for everyone. Don't change it, and the machine keeps humming. Which brings us back to that TV studio in May 2026. Was Bezos lying? Here's the uncomfortable answer. Maybe not, technically. There's no evidence. Bezos personally lives on stock-backed loans. He sells shares and pays tax when he does. But notice what that defense concedes. He didn't need the loans. In the years, his wealth grew by $99 billion. His true tax rate was still under 1%, because the system doesn't tax the mountain. It only taxes the pebbles you knock off it. And that's the real story hiding under those three words. Buy, borrow, die isn't a scam some villain invented. It's what happens when a tax code written for paychecks meets a world where the biggest fortunes never arrive as a paycheck at all. Teachers, nurses, engineers taxed automatically every 2 weeks before the money even lands. The wealthiest people in history taxed almost entirely by appointment. So the next time a billionaire tells you the loophole doesn't exist, he might even mean it. Because from where he's standing, it's not a loophole at all. It's just the rules. The only question left is the one Congress has been dodging for 100 years. Who gets to write the next ones?